Elected officials and city leaders in Chattanooga say they are proud of the city's connection with nature and green spaces. In fact, that pride can be found in the city's One Chattanooga plan.
However, when the city's waterways become littered and the trash starts to pile up, we wanted to know who is responsible for clearing the trash out, because that same plan says the city wants to make sure the water and sewer systems are clean.
I took a closer look at who is responsible for cleaning up the scenic city's waterways, and I learned that answer is more complicated.
We have a huge litter problem in Chattanooga.
The scenic city was recently named North America's first national park city.
We see a lot of just trash all over the place.
But trash, especially in the city's waterways, is a reoccurring issue.
We live in a valley, so it all kind of becomes a funnel that all goes into our waterways.
Officials with Chattanooga's Stormwater Management Department says Chattanooga Creek is the most historically polluted creek in the city. But the question is, where does that responsibility fall to clear litter from city waterways?
There's not one good answer for whose responsibility it is to clean the creeks.
State law says a jury decides if a waterway in Tennessee is navigable or not. And if it is, it's actually considered a highway and owned by the state. Eric Hancock says navigable waterways within city limits fall on the state and the city to clean.
And what we see a lot is that these navigable waterways also have private property going all the way up to the waterway. So we can't really send people to get out there because it's private property.
And that's where their responsibility to keep the water clean gets murky. One international watershed nonprofit called Waterways worked with the city to install litter booms. There's one here at the Citico Creek and another one at the Chattanooga Creek, along with two others on Baylor's campus.
But all it is a floating line that blocks floating debris, so plastics, aluminum, cans, things like that, from getting into the main river channel. So it's simple, but it is super effective.
So far, the litter traps collected more than 3 tons of trash over the past 3 years. This is part of the city's Clear Chattanooga program, which was started in 2013 on a judge's order as part of the settlement of a lawsuit filed by the U.S. Department of Justice on behalf of the EPA for failures in the Moccasin Bend wastewater system, one big contributor to local water pollution. The city's Clear Chattanooga website says failures in the wastewater system happen during heavy rains, when high volume of stormwater and wastewater overwhelm the system and can lead to sanitary sewer overflows. The city says that could pose a potential threat to public health and impact our local environment.
Our wastewater infrastructure, specifically at Moccasin Bend, the wastewater treatment facility, needed some upgrading. It was kind of reaching the end of its useful life.
And another source of pollution for our waterways, stormwater runoff.
So the stormwater that runs from your property does not go to a wastewater treatment facility. It goes into a storm drain, and that goes directly into the river, which is why we try and keep our storm drains and all of our local waterways and neighborhoods as clean as possible.
But with no clear answer on responsibility, clean water advocates say if you want to enjoy waterways without worry, everyone needs to do their part.
I would actively join in those cleanup efforts and also just try to support your city in being a player in preventing litter pollution.
And we did reach out to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation and asked how they play a role in this. They said that that is not their jurisdiction. We also reached out to the Chattanooga Police Department to find out how many citations they issue yearly for littering. They say in 2024, that number was 45.